New Sentinel Sports page brought to you by Image Matters on the Sports Animal, sportsanimal99.com on your WNML smartphone and tablet app. Here on the sports page, Summer of Football. We're previewing teams in 2012. Pleased to be joined once again by the head coach at SMU. Mustangs head coach June Jones joins us here on the show. Hey, Coach Jones, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We're doing good, Coach. Appreciate it. And last year when we talked to you, there was certainly a lot more flux in movement around college football. Now SMU's future move to the Big East. Kind of talk about that and what that means for your program at SMU.
Well, we're just focusing on Conference USA this year, obviously, but just looking down the pipeline, it's going to be a game changer financially for the school. I mean, we're going to go probably from $1.3 million in revenues to probably anywhere from $12 to $15 million next year. So that's pretty unbelievable for a school like us. And I think the quality of play, everything gets a little better as you go through. So, we'll take it 1 year at a time. We got a tough schedule this year, and we're just focusing on this year.
I'm talking to June Jones here on the New Sentinel Sports page. Let's talk about your team, and certainly a lot of it hinges on the quarterback position. You have Garrett Gilbert coming in, played at Texas. Talk about Gilbert's game and what you think of him.
Well, so far he's been very impressive. We've only had him 2 days on the field, but I like his arm. I like his composure. I like his demeanor. I think he's a competitive winner. We have another young kid not too far from you guys in Arkansas named Neil Burcham that has looked very good for a true freshman, which we knew coming out that he had a pretty good chance. But, we feel good about where we're at. We're just the problem we have is that we're not experienced in the O-line and the quarterback, but I've been there before and done that too. We'll have some production, and as we get going in the season, I think our kids will be fine.
You always have talent at receivers. Talk about that group of wideouts in your run and shoot.
Well, Darius Johnson, who's returning, is probably the best slot receiver that I've had since I've been in pros and in college. He's a great player, and he'll obviously be the key. We have two outside guys, Keenan Holman and Derek Thompson, that can, run in the 10-5, 10-6 area, 100 meters. And then we got a kid named Jeremy Johnson who stepped in last year at slot for us in the TCU game and made some huge plays, including a touchdown catch in overtime. So we think we have four pretty good receivers for the quarterbacks to throw at. And then we got Zach Line in the backfield who, had he not got hurt last year, would have broke SMU's rushing record. So, we feel like we got some players. We just got to get on the field and prove that we can do it on game day.
How is Zach Line look so far, and are there any limitations, or are you taking progress with him in his development?
Well, he's running. He's 100%, they say. But I always feel like until he gets tackled, until he gets rolled up, until he gets all those things done in a football game, you just never know. That injury that he had is a very, very difficult injury, especially for a running back to come back from. And, I'm hoping that he can make it. We're rooting for him. But he's got his hands full, that's for sure. We're
visiting with June Jones, who's the head football coach at SMU. Mustangs at 8-5 a year ago, won the BBVA Compass Bowl over Pittsburgh. Will open up at Baylor Sunday, September 2nd. Let's talk about your defense, Coach. You guys have made a lot of progress while you've been there in improving that defense. What are the things that stand out about that group this year?
Well, we've gone from 118th, like you said, when I first got here, out of 118 to 26th last year. 26th last year in total defense. Tom Mason, my staff's done a great job. We've recruited to kids that we need. We got great team speed at linebacker. I think we have probably 2 second or third round picks. I think we have a first day pick in Marcus Hunt at defensive line. And we just have more depth at linebacker and D-line than we've had since I've been here. We have 2 pretty good corners. Safeties is kind of an unknown, but we play the way we play. They just have to come down and make tackles. We need to increase our turnover ratio. It's what we have to do, So that's it.
One of the guys that you lost off of last year's team that was versatile for you is Taylor Thompson, who's moved on to the National Football League with the Tennessee Titans. We have a lot of Titans fans here. Tell us how you think he projects in the NFL and what they'll be getting in him.
Well, I think he's I think he's got a great chance to be a real contributor. He's physical. He's quick. He can run. He's got great catching range, believe it or not. He played defensive end for us, and I thought he would have got drafted in the second or third round as a defensive end. But at the same time, I believe that he has got a chance to really contribute for Tennessee as a tight end this year. So I'm kind of anxious to watch him play.
What about your special teams? What are the things that stand out about that group?
Well, it's very, very good. We got a team speed has increased. We were number one in a lot of areas in Conference USA and special teams last year. We did not do a very good job with the physical part of kicking the ball. We have some young guys this year that I believe are pretty good. So I think we'll be able to be much improved again on special teams.
We talked about Zach Line at running back. Are there other guys in that competition to give you some depth behind Zach Line?
Well, we had we have a freshman, his brother, who rushed for 2,000-something yards, and he looks just like him. And then we have a kid named Rashad Wembley that rushed for over 100 yards and had 3 touchdowns in the bowl game. So we got some guys, yes, to answer your question. And
you mentioned the offensive line. Still need to figure out. You guys have some youth there. You said you'd get it done. You'd get it worked out. What are the things you've seen so far?
Well, we haven't put the pads on, so really we're just trying to get the mental part of it. But physically, I think we'll be okay. We got some athletes. We're just going to be young, and they've never done it in a game before. But we have some guys that have played. And I think physically, we lost all 5 of our guys last year in the O-line, but we also have a bunch of guys that have started a lot of games for us in the last 2 years that are still here. So, even though they didn't start last year for us every game, they have 5 or 6 starts under their belts. Blake McJunkin has 3 years of starts under his belt. Redshirted last year, got hurt. So, we have some more depth. I think we're going to have young guys backing up the veterans, though.
I'm sure you're focused on that opener at Baylor more so than the schedule as a whole, but you do play now one SEC team with Texas A&M moving into the SEC. Just a quick thought overall on your schedule this year.
Well, it's a tough schedule. I mean, for a school like us to play that type of schedule early is not healthy to me. Whenever you play teams that are physically, a little bit up on you, you lose guys, and that's a concern. So hopefully we can just get out of there unhurt, and we'll battle them. I mean, we'll play with them. But whether we beat them, we got to prove that come Saturday and Sundays.
SMU opens up at Baylor to start the 2012 season. Should be interesting there, and always great to talk to June Jones. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time today. I know you're busy, but thanks for doing it, and good luck this season.
All right, take care. See you.
Thank you. You do the same. That is June Jones, head football coach at SMU. It's our sports page summer of football previewing teams in 2012.